Hey homesteaders, so today we are driving out to our secret spot on the homestead. Actually, it's not so secret. There's some people, some locals who know where the spot is because they told me where it was and so I could find mushrooms. But we're out looking for mushrooms, hunting mushrooms. And so let's go ahead and get started and see if we can find any. Now, sometimes I'll ask people, have you ever hunted mushrooms? And they'll be like, hunting mushrooms, what, do I need a gun? No, you don't need a gun. There's no guns needed. You just go out and you look for mushrooms. And people will say, well, what kind of mushrooms do you need to find? How do you know when you find the right ones? Well, that takes some identification. However, the kind of mushrooms we're after today, it's not that hard to recognize them. They stand out pretty good. I mean, you have to find them for sure, but there's no real hard time identifying these types of mushrooms, and that is the Morel mushroom. So this is our super secret spot that we go to every year, and we get mushrooms, we pick mushrooms. And usually when you find a spot like this, when you find a place where these mushrooms grow, you can usually go back year after year, and there will be some mushrooms there, usually. So that's the case, the way it's been the last few years. Since we moved to this property, we found out where the spot was, and we go out every year and we try to find our mushrooms and then bring them back to the house and prepare them. Normally, they don't produce a lot out of this spot. There was places back in Missouri where I used to go and hunt mushrooms you could get mushrooms by, the Walmart bag load. And there are friends of mine who live up in like Kirksville, Missouri, like northern Missouri. They pull them back. They bring back buckets and buckets of mushrooms. I've never had such luck. I don't even know that's just beyond my comprehension. But if I can get a half a dozen to a dozen mushrooms, good mushrooms, I'll throw them into a dinner or to a soup and we'll make something with that, and it provides an amazing flavor. These are very, very expensive mushrooms if you buy them in the store. So let's go ahead and show you what one of these mushrooms looks like. Okay, so here's one that I just found, and you can see, look at that. It's pretty easy to identify. That is something you can't mistake for anything else. That's a Morel mushroom. Now this is a black one. There's black ones and white ones. And it seems like most of the ones I find on the homestead are in the black variety. And the way you pick these is just to pick it like this and just pinch it off. Like that. There you go. That is a Morel mushroom. And that is going to go into my bag. Now, right in the area here, I've found a few more already. So once you find one, what you want to do is you want to look really close in the area because usually there's more. And sure enough, just in this area, there's a couple more. There's one right over here too. See that? There's another one right there. So I'm going to pick that one. But that's what you're looking for right there. A Morel mushroom. These are so tasty. Oh, can't wait to get these back home and fry them up. Let's go pick some more. So right here, let's reach down in there, pinch that one off. There you go. Getting the sunlight there. See, there you go. There's another one. Looks really good. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take these home and you're going to soak them in a little bit of salt water to get, sometimes there's bugs inside of them and things like that. And those all kind of float to the surface and you drain those off. So rinse them a few times with some salt water. Soak them in salt water, rinse them a few times, and then they're good to go. You can fry these up in butter, saute them. If I find the really big ones, the really big white ones, I will slice open one end and then stuff cream cheese on the inside because these are hollow on the inside, completely hollow. And I will stuff them with cream cheese and then I will batter them and fry them. It's so good. But with these smaller ones like this, I'll just saute these up in some butter and include them maybe in a soup, or I'll put them in a stir fry tonight with some fried rice for dinner tonight, and that's how we'll eat them. But yeah, these are so good. There's another one right there, really small, but he'll eat. There you go, just like that. I'll put that in my sack. So I'm in constant competition with the animals of the forest because they're going to eat these too. So I just pinched this one off, but you can see this one here is growing next to it. Maybe it grew up before, but it was pinched off by an animal or something that bit into it, bit it off, and then kept going. So the deer eat these, armadillos probably eat them, possums probably eat them. Anything that runs on the forest floor is probably going to eat these things. And so they'll bite them off, just like that. That was bit off a few days ago. That was not me who pinched that off. So either that or someone found my super secret spot, which I doubt it. But anyway, yeah, so you're in competition with everything else out here that loves to eat these things. Another thing you have to look out for is poison ivy, because poison ivy is coming up now. That's a Really, I hate poison ivy. I am very allergic to it. So sometimes I just gotta be really careful when I'm rummaging around here on the forest floor so I don't come back. I need to go back and make sure I wash real good after I'm done with all this, because I don't want to be itching in a couple of days. Now what I like to do when I'm in an area where I know these things are sitting at, I like to kneel down, get on my knees, and I look at kind of ground level. And I can usually see them a lot easier that way. You can see that one right over there. There's another one, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's over there. And I'm gonna go grab that one next. But when I'm down closer to ground level, they seem to show themselves to my eyes more. And the leaf litter that you see on the ground is really dark, and so these dark morels really kind of blend in, they're camouflaged with the ground litter. So if you get down on your knees and you look, they can usually stand out a little bit more off in the distance. So I'm gonna go grab that one next. That's a good size one. Right there. Pinch him off. Right there, that's a nice one. And put him in my bag. And then right over here, there's another one underneath this log. Pinch that one off. Good deal. That one's got a little bit of mold on it, but he'll be all right. He'll eat. There's another one right there. I'm gonna get that one next. And then over here by this rock, there's another one sticking up right there. I'm seeing a few of them. So you just make your way, stay close to ground level. Oh, there's another one right over there. So I'm just gonna stick, is it right there? Where am I pointing at? Yeah, right there. So I'm just gonna keep making my way as I see them and pick one up each at a time, and then just continue to move forward until I don't see any more. Another bit of advice I'll give you is that once you've walked over a certain path and you've picked up a number of these things, turn around and walk back the exact same way you just came, because the different angle and the view that you get from that different angle of walking back the same way you just came will make a lot of them just appear out of you. I just found 3 more that I walked right by, walked right over, but by turning around and walking back that same way I had come, it showed me a different view. And so, the camouflage of blending in with the leaf litter wasn't as good, and so I was able to pick them up and spot them. Some of them can be just difficult to spot, and so you have to look at it from ground level, look at it from different angles, and see all the ones that are hidden that you would not have seen had you not done that otherwise. So I've got quite a haul so far, and I'm still seeing lots more I need to pick, so I'm gonna keep going. Here's another one, and like most of these, right next to some poison ivy. So just gotta be careful. Now, a few years ago, I did a video on this tree where we discovered, actually my kids discovered, a beehive. It's a honeybee hive. And so this tree, there's full of honeybees, and both sides of that tree are full of honey. I remember we looked in there, we did a video a few years. I'm not gonna get close up to it this time because the weather's turned and it's a lot warmer, and the bees are very active right now. So they would not take kindly to me getting close to their hive. But when we did that video a few years ago, the weather was very cold and the bees were basically dormant. And so you could easily see, there's a bumblebee hanging around. You could easily see inside the hive and see all the honeycomb inside there. And as far as we could tell, the honeycomb branches up both sides of this tree. It's a hollow tree where they have all of their honey stored. And if you can kind of tell, like a couple years ago we came by here, and right there you can see where a bear had scraped it. A bear had come along and was trying to get to that honey, and I don't think it got very far. But there is honey in that tree, no doubt about it. But so are the bees. The bees are in that tree, and I'm not gonna get too much closer than this right here. So let me zoom out, you can see how far away I am. So that's about where I'm at. Yep, that's about as close as I'm gonna get. Now I'm in a spot right now where in the past I have found a few white morel mushrooms, but I'm looking now and I don't see any. I've looked over this area pretty good, and I just don't find a lot of whites on my property. I find a lot of the black ones, but none of the whites. So I was hoping to find one for you, but doesn't look like it's gonna happen today. So a rainstorm was coming up and I had to head home, but I had a pretty good haul this year, so let me show you what I got. I've already rinsed these once. I'm going to rinse them again after I cut them in half. So basically I cut them in half to give access to the water to anything on the inside. Sometimes you'll see bugs on the inside. Like you can see those bugs right there. Those will wash out pretty easy. Look at that bug right there. I'll rinse these guys off again a couple of times with some salt water and get all the bugs out of them. And then I'll dry them in the oven, in a warm oven, for maybe an hour to dry them out. And then I will add them to my stir fry tonight. We're gonna have some lamb and cabbage fried rice tonight, and I'll add these in with that. So, but they need a good washing, they need a good rinsing, and I will cut them open to get access to all of the nasties that you don't want to eat inside. So, and they should rinse out pretty easy. But anyway, pretty good year this year. Probably the best year I've had in a few years, so that's good. And these things are going to be dinner tonight. So what do you think? Morel mushrooms. I love these things. I love them. Let me know in the comments below if you also are a lover of morel mushrooms like we are. And if you've never tried these before, please leave a comment. Let me know you've never tried these before. Hopefully you'll get a chance this spring right now to get out there and start looking for some of them because they're popping. All right, see you next time on the Homestead. Bye. Hey guys, I'm happy to introduce an American Homestead sponsor, Zervita Zeal. Now, first off, I only accept sponsors from products that I use and believe in. My family uses Zeal mainly because we want to ensure a healthy immune system. You see, it's made up of only whole food concentrates and includes no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. The included sweetener is all natural from fruit and the stevia leaf. It's gluten-free, it's vegan, and it's kosher. In 2018, my youngest son was involved in a bike accident that resulted in the surgical removal of his spleen, and that's an important part of his immune system. And because we live on a farm, you can guess that having a healthy immune system for our family is very important. Some of the included ingredients are beetroot, chicory root, turmeric, moringa, blueberries, cranberry, goji berry, milk thistle, ginseng, alfalfa, broccoli, and so much more. It's these natural ingredients that can easily be made into a powerful and tasty drink that my family can make and feel good about. So sign up and give it a try today. Every purchase you make goes to help the homestead so that we can continue to make great homesteading videos for you. Link is in the description below. Go ahead, give it a try. Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. I'll wait.